get this little party on a roll here. See if we can get it moving, get it happening. Yeah, you can sit any place you want here. We've got anybody in here that needs to get out of here like quick, soon, within the next half hour or whatever. Good, because what happens a lot of times is we have people that may want to stay past 2:30, 3, 4. Doesn't mean that you have to be here longer. It just means that we're not in a big rush to get out of here. Okay? So I want to thank you for showing up again for the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association. Again, we are putting this on video. It's going up on YouTube for the people who can't be here. So if you are being seeked out by the police and you don't want to be seen, probably now's the time to get out of here. One thing I do want to mention, and that is the benefits. Just recently I noticed that there's a lot of people dropping out of the national REIA. And I went to go sign back up, and I think it went up to $250, something like that. So I called them up to find out, well, what good is being in the national REIA? What's it going to help us? How is it going to make a difference? First of all, we don't charge any of the members for anything because we're nonprofit. I don't split any commissions with anybody that comes here to sell anything or to teach you or whatever, so there's none of that going on. But one thing that we can do is we can get a lot of benefits through things like Home Depot, insurance. Anybody have insurance issues? They'd like to, either have insurance or get a better deal on insurance. There's a number of things on here that I won't go through, but for $25 a year, you can get hooked into this. Take a look at the benefits. They're on the front page of Santa Barbara REIA.com. You can click on it, download the PDF file. You don't have to be a local member. You can be out there in the nation, any place, and get back with us and sign up and get some of these benefits. Roto-Rooter, you name it, it's in there, okay? So I want to, first of all, let you know that we got very blessed here today with Kurtis and Cindy Squyres. And I think that because we are fortunate enough and smart enough to live in Santa Barbara, I managed to talk to people coming here for doing a backdrop video on some of the work that they're doing, as opposed to going to some place like Orange County. So I think we got lucky, otherwise they may not have even showed up. So I want to thank Kurtis and Cindy for showing up. Let's give them a big hand for this.
Thank you very much. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
First of all, thanks for having us here. It's so beautiful here. It's like a little sacrifice to come here. I'm Kurtis, this is Cindy, and basically we've been full-time investors flipping houses for Cindy with 1996, and then we met in 2000.
Just up the volume a little bit.
Okay. I was a financial advisor with Merrill Lynch, and basically as a result of doing financial plans for high net worth people, I saw with my own eyes that the people who had all the wealth had two things. They had either real estate or they owned their own business. And I realized that's the wrong line of work. I basically walked away. I was a successful financial consultant business. And I knew nothing. And I went out and I bought a stack of books and just started reading. It took me 3 to 4 months to get my first deal. What the books had said to do was find a deal, call the We Buy Houses signs, and that's what I did. I got a hold of someone to try to pitch my deal to, and I made $3,000, but it was my most profitable deal I've ever made because the deal was so good I married the investor.
Good.
So, the rest is history. So we met through a personal ad. I did my best to condense this information. I'm going to talk really fast. I'm going to get going because there's some really good information here for those of you who want to learn how to make some good money without using your own money. Just to kind of cut to the chase, we fixed and flipped houses from, Cindy was already doing it like crazy. And when we met, that's right when the market was really starting to do this. And we started doing pre-foreclosures, and we did really well. She had all the real estate knowledge. I was good at marketing, so together we just took off. 2006 came around, And we had about 9 properties in different stages of fix-up. And it was like somebody just turned off the faucet. I mean, they sat just like that. And it threw us into a full tailspin because not only were, we would try to fix a house, but I don't know if you remember, all the lenders were going bankrupt. So we finally get a buyer in escrow, and they would go belly up, and when they would fall out, and the value of the house is doing this, and it was a full-time job, just selling our houses, and we were wiped out. I mean, we really were. I mean, we had a great savings, and we were trying to keep up with 9 mortgage payments. And 4 kids. We had just had a newborn in 05. So we really created this technique out of desperation. The technique is called wholesaling. And really what it is, it's tying up a property, dishing it off to another investor, getting paid for it, and then going on to the next one. And I promise Cindy's going to talk. She's here for a reason. Kind of how our normal day is, and then I'm just going to go right into this material, is we wake up, and we just start finding deals. Cindy is really, really good at it. So she's going to talk a lot about how she gets these REOs. Because, we had a few questions. You're getting multiple offers. We got a deal this morning. Cindy will help explain how to deal with the multiple offer situation. I'm talking to buyers. I'm constantly trying to build relationships with buyers, and that's what I'm doing. So there's some really good stuff in here about how to get your buyers, how to create a buyer's list and it's like an ATM machine. Once you get that offer locked up, you email it to your buyers, and once you have that buyer's list, it becomes easy. It's really a momentum type of endeavor, because each time you get a deal, and you put it out there on Craigslist, you get more buyers. So with each deal that you do, your buyer's list and the relationship that you have with these investor buyers starts to grow. And that's what I love about it. It gets easier and easier. So, I'm going to talk fast. This is what we do for a living. It's all we've done for 4 years. We've taught it on a limited basis. We've had like 3 or 4 workshops. These slides are from a 16-hour workshop. We actually did a presentation.
Don't worry, you won't be here for 6 months.
Yeah, but I guess my point is I'm going to try to squeeze that into 1 hour. This is a presentation. I don't know if you know Duncan Weirman. He's a real internet guru, real estate guy. It was an hour and a half presentation we did with him. I think we've got an hour probably ticking away. So if it's okay, I'm going to talk real fast, and what we'll do is we'll do questions at the end so that we conserve time. Okay, and a lot of the theory stuff I feel like it's important to give you the theory behind this because it makes you a better investor. But if you had a choice between the theory and what makes money, you probably want just the sexier action and stuff. So I'm going to really cruise through the theory stuff, but I still think it's important to know. So, we're good? Okay. Weirman? W-I-E-R-M-A-N. He's a really good guy. There's a lot of guruism out there, and we know some of them, and they make their living selling information. They don't do real estate. There's dream merchants, and then there's teachers. And we hope we're in the teacher camp, because this is what we do for a living. And Duncan's one of them, that's why I bring that up, and that's why we work with him. There's not a lot of them out there. All right, so...
You gotta shout. You gotta shout, because there's a lot of
Hear me
noise.
well?
We got just kitchen noise.
The reason that the wholesaling model is so good right now when the economy is so bad, we turned profitable again in 2007. We started doing real well. 2008 we did great and we got back on track. And 2009's been good to us as well. There's a reason for that. Basically, what you've got is people losing their homes, right? So they need clean housing. Now, believe it or not, there is a huge shortage of clean houses. Go out there and take a look. It's beat up, it's smelly foreclosures. We go look at them daily. There's not a lot of clean houses out there. You've got investors. Stock market's recovered some, but they're looking for a place. They've been just burned by the stock market, and they're looking for a place to put their money. And the thing is, you've got this perfect storm because you've got renters, you've got a strong rental market out there, and you've got